Hey guys, so we are almost at the end of week 3. This is episode 14 of our 3 a day multiple choice marathon. So, guys, if you have made it this far from episode 1 till now, big up yourself. Big up yourself. You can go ahead and big up yourself in the comments so I can know who you are and that you're on time every day, 3 p.m., Monday to Friday, here to catch your multiple choice nugget. Don't forget, guys, don't be selfish. Let us share. You can go ahead and like the video and let me know in the comments if it was helpful for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. You can say that. And if you subscribe, say I subscribed so I can, shout you out. But anyway, we are here for some multiple choice questions, and that we will get into. So we're now at questions 40, 41, and 42. And we're so lucky that all three of these questions on the May 2019 paper are based on the same graph. All right, so we have here a cumulative frequency curve, and it is, as the question, as the statement up top says, based on the marks of 200 students who took a driving test. So anyway, as you can see, we have the marks ranging from 10 to 60 of the different for the different students. All right, so if you know how a cumulative frequency curve works, then you will know that if we think of this point on the graph that I'm about to mark right here, it's not telling us that 80 persons got a mark of 35. It's telling us that by the time we get to the 35 mark, there are 80 persons who would have gotten 35, probably 34, 36, 30, 27, etc. Going down. All right, so here we go. It says, what is the median mark scored by the 200 students? We want the mark that's in the middle of the scores of these 200 students. Of course, if we were to list out all the marks, which they did not give us the raw data, so we can't do that. But if we were to list out all the marks, there would have been a student whose score falls in the middle. All right, so how many students do we have? 200. Where is the middle? What's the middle of 200? That's going to be the 100 mark. All right, so that is going to be the 100 mark, which should be here. All right, halfway between 80 and 120 is 100, and we just kindly go across. We touch our curve, and then we go down. So what point would that be? And of course, our answer has proven to be 37.5. All right, and that is how you would find the median mark. So you literally look at the diagram, find what would be um, the middle of the numbers, the middle person, let's say. All right, we should have been the 100th person, and we just go through the 100th mark if you were to list them out beside, if you put everybody's mark beside your names, etc. All right, so, yep, we can go to number 41. All right, it says, what is the interquartile range of the marks scored by the 200 students? How do we find interquartile range? IQR. We can use a formula that says we can find Q3 and use that to subtract Q1. What exactly is Q3, Q1? All right, so these are medians, but where do these fall? All right, so we know that the middle of the numbers, of course, would have been 100. Let me not do it so broad, especially since our graph is so tiny. All right, so we have that being the middle. This median is gonna be what we call Q2, and Q1 would have been the halfway mark between our start and Q2. All right, so what would be the middle of 0 and 100? That would have been 50, and 50 would fall just about, not quite there, but just about here. All right, so we know that 50 definitely is between that 40 and 60 mark, halfway between. All right, so you take your pencil and you draw straight across. That would have been what helps us to find where exactly would Q1 fall. All right, where exactly would Q1 fall? And this is looking a lot like 30. All right, now similarly, Q3 would have been pretty much between 100 or halfway mark between 100 and 200. Where would that be? Definitely 150. And so we're going to try to get that between 140 here and 160. That's going to be 150. All right. And if we are supposed to go straight across, so as we said, this will help us to find Q3. All right. If we go straight across, oopsie, and down, you can see it. So if we go across, touch the curve, and then draw our line going down, we will see that this carries us to about 42 and a half, just between 42, 43 there, 42 and a half when we go down to our marks section. All right, so we have 42 and a half being the value for Q3. So it's 42.5. And we're using that to subtract Q1, which is 30. And so our final answer would have been 12.5. All right, question 42 says, question 42 or final question says, if 38% of the students pass the test, what was the pass mark? 38% of the 200 students, that's going to be 38% of 200. That's definitely going to be 76. So we know 76 students actually passed the test. No, 76 persons passed the test. 200 minus 76 is going to give us 124. And so it's tempting to say, oh, that's the answer. See there? There's a distraction. However, you're just going to go to 124 on your cumulative frequency side of the graph. And let's say since this is 140, we know that 130 is just about middle of there. And so 124 is pretty close to the 120 line. And once we go across on that line, touch our curve and go down, that will give us our pass mark. And as you can see, that is going to be 40. All right, so that's the end of today's episode. This has been our 14th episode. Join me tomorrow again for the end of week 3, episode 15. And then on Saturday night at 7, I shall see you in our live video. All right, it's goodbye from DG Makes Math Easy. Enjoy yourself.